Ignition sequence start. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Liftoff. We have a liftoff.
Hey everybody, this is the Digital Asset Investor, and I had to do travel ball this weekend. Believe it or not, I actually took my crappy microphone and I packed it in my suitcase. I took my computer with me, my slow computer. I took that with me. It was in the hotel with me, but I just never got around to being able to do a video. For those of you that are familiar with travel baseball or any kind of travel ball, you understand how it consumes all of your time. But for me and a lot of parents who may not admit it, by Sunday night when you've traveled a couple hours away, you're kind of really hoping that you lose kind of early so that you can get home, because with travel ball, sometimes you can end up driving home at 10 o'clock at night from 2 hours away, and it is pretty depressing. I don't like it at all. So things worked out yesterday. I was able to come home and watch part of the Falcons game when I got home, but I was tired, so didn't do a lot of videos this weekend. So here we go. The first thing that I wanted to go over was, this was the blog from Hoder. Now the main thing I wanted to show you is this right here, but I'm going to come back to that. First I wanted to show you something that he mentioned that I did not pick up on. He was saying in here, we talked about CoinMe, how Spring had invested in CoinMe, this company that does have Bitcoin ATMs, and he talks in here about how none of them have actually said they're going to add XRP to the machines. And so I just wanted to give you that caveat. But at the same time, to me, I don't really care one way or the other. It's just a matter of time before, whether it's this company or another company is going to add XRP to ATM machines. It's to me, I guess it's important to point out that they haven't announced that. I didn't want to leave the impression that they said, yes, we're adding XRP because Spring bought into this ATM company. But I think that sometimes in life, the things can be inferred that at some point, maybe not right this second, and I think this might be one of them, you know. But he does correctly point out that nobody has announced, yes, we're going to add XRP today. Okay, but here's the cool thing I saw that I liked in his blog. A lot of you, when I tell people about XRP locally or when it comes up, most people use Ripple and XRP interchangeably, and it's been that way for a long time. But a lot of people don't really understand, even when they buy XRP, what's really going on here. Ripple is a company that's working on the primary use case. The primary use case would be a global bridge currency right here. He's listed out XRP's use cases here, which a lot of people don't realize. Micropayments would be like what the company Coil is working on. Coil is working on you'll be able to upload a video or have a blog, and people that go and visit your blog are literally they're literally paying you while they read your blog in small, tiny fractional micropayments in XRP to read that blog or to watch that video. And that's what this is. If you can imagine what would happen if the entire globe one day was using Coil on their websites, let's say like a Wall Street Journal or something like that. And then web monetization, interledger, payment streaming, decentralized trading, sharing economy, smart contracts. Now this one, smart contracts, we don't talk about much in terms of XRP, but from what I've read, their XRP will have that capability so that other companies will be able to create digital assets on the XRP ledger. Now, this is the one I really wanted to talk to you about, the sharing economy. And this is not just for young people. I believe there's a lot of people that have always planned on being a quote retiree who at some point may be very disappointed because of Social Security or loss of pensions, or who knows what could happen. But I believe that the state of the world economy could put a lot of potential retirees in a fix. And I believe for you young, especially young people out there who are listening to my voice, you need to already begin thinking about this, because we're going into a world where it's not going to be, oh yeah, Johnny got a job with such and such company and they've got a great 401k and they got this and this. You're moving into an economy which is going to be a shared economy. I literally have friends in my town who fully believe they are about to lose their jobs, and who are talking to me about joining the shared economy. Now, what is the shared economy? Let's imagine you lost your job tomorrow and you couldn't get another job. This is what the world is going to look like in the coming years. It's already starting to shape up. What is the sharing economy? The rise of the sharing economy can be attributed, let me see if they give a good, the sharing economy is a perfect solution for those wanting to save and those wanting to make extra cash. Now, they're talking right now in terms of making extra cash. Well, my contention to you is that if you did it right, you could create your own business and have several different income streams, and I believe that's where this is going. Let's see. Think of it like eBay, but for I'm going to give you examples, and this will all come together in your mind. Airbnb's one. Let's say you own a lake house, you'll be able to rent it out. Income stream right there. And then let's see, is Neighbor. Self-storage is one of the many industries that has been long ripping off customers. So they're using Neighbor. Renters can save an average of $54 a month, and hosts can earn over $400 a month. Between cheaper prices and secure space, newfound friends. Neighbor. So in other words, I'm assuming this is like, imagine you've got a storage shed in the back of your house and you want to let someone rent that from you. You could go to this Neighbor and say, I've got storage space. So there's an income stream. Rover, the pet care sharing community, is a perfect way for pet owners to get connected with sitters in their area. Rover allows owners to create listings for dog boarding, walking, house sitting. Now, and then you've got Uber. You could be an Uber driver. Turo is like a ride share, but it's where the person who's renting it can actually drive too. Just Park. If you live, like my wife and I walked, when we were in Boston, my wife and I and the kids walked through the area, I can't remember the name of it. It was the nice area beside their park where Tom Brady used to live. And it looked similar to this. It might be the same place. But if you own a parking place in a nice area like that, you could rent your parking place and make a hefty income as well. Freelancing handyman, lending club if you don't want to use a bank. Imagine being able to go and do peer-to-peer lending online. Imagine you being able to lend. But there's all babysitters, Kickstarter. There's all sorts of sharing things. And if somebody was really thinking outside of the box about how they do this, and there's going to be more and more of them, well, where does XRP come in? Well, imagine how this changes and these sharing things. Imagine you getting out of that Uber and that Uber driver is paid just like that. Or you walk someone's dog and you instantly receive XRP in seconds. Just imagine how the world, or fractions of XRP, not even a full dollar, just 10 cents or less than 10 cents, being able to be paid like that. That is what is going to happen. That's what's coming. So a lot of people better go ahead and quit thinking about, oh, I got to go get a job. Job's fine and all, but I can tell you from experience, if you have the choice of working for someone and being told when to get up, when to go to bed, when to be here, when to not be here, doing it for yourself is 10,000 times more satisfying. And I'm not saying that everybody can do that, but if you ever could figure out a way to do it, trust me, it's the way to go. Lionel, now here's another thing. The media is changing as well, and I want to show you. This is something, I read this tweet from Lionel last week, and he's talking about, this is the lady, Julia Chatterley had interviewed Brad Garlinghouse, and he was making the point that, you know, Ripple is just one use case for XRP, and he's trying to help get out the word into the mainstream media that she should interview Stefan Thomas from Coil, and Beats A Vin, who is also developing on the XRP ledger. Well, she actually responds. This lady is smart. She responds and says, "Thanks for the suggestions. More crypto-related conversations coming soon on First Move, I promise." What's important here, and I just referred to CNN and what she's with as the mainstream media. I don't think that's going to be for too much longer, and I think some of these younger people like her recognize it. Not usually the mainstream media, you see them take more of a snotty approach, which is, I guarantee you, the wrong approach. What the mainstream media, if they're smart, will begin to do is do what she's doing and reach out to the social communities, not just of digital assets, but reach out to social communities when they're covering a topic, because this social media is right now being bridged with the traditional media, and what she's doing is going to secure her job. A lot of these people that are arrogant in the mainstream media, who are too good to talk to the people in social media, those people are going to find that they're not going to be the ones in the mainstream anymore over time. So this lady deserves all the support that we can give her. Okay, XRP Moonshine. This guy has been on Twitter for a while, and he asked me if I would show he's doing a Coil blog now. And so I wanted to show this to you. He's at XRP Moonshine. He's now, I remember this. He says, "Hello and happy Saturday, everyone. Well, today has been a really interesting day for me. I've finally figured out how to record my screen and upload my first video on YouTube. I remember when I was trying to figure out how to record my video screen. For some of us, it's not as easy as you would think. But anyway, he's just started this blog, and so go and read what he's got to say. He's adding to the community. All right, CS May sent me this. This is from Cryptopolis. This is interesting right here because these numbers are changing. There's an obvious trend here. I've been watching Rich List stats by Beats A Vin daily for 2+ years. In 2018 and early 2019, these lines were pointing lower. The majority now are pointing higher. Look especially at the top 0.01% exchanges. The move upward is sharp. And here's the thing that I noticed when I look at this. Back in 2018, if you wanted to be in the top 1% of XRP holders, this number right here, as I recall, I know it was in the 70,000s. As I recall, it was around 78,000. It may have been 75. I don't remember the specific number, but the point is that it's less and less XRP is getting you into the 1%. That is adoption. That's more and more people coming in and owning XRP right there, folks. And so that is very interesting to me. Okay, XRP James at XRP James sent me this. This is an interesting list right here from the Baby Ace Man. Countries in deep trouble with high risk of imminent collapse. Mexico's #1. Pakistan, Ukraine. I've been talking about Venezuela and Argentina. He says keep an eye on Latvia, Croatia, Kazakhstan, Vietnam, Belarus. These are the top 10 countries in deepest financial distress globally. Things are getting scary out there. XRP Crypto Wolf said this: Germany opposes Facebook's Libra cryptocurrency, but open to development of a state-run crypto. Members of the German government will approve the country's blockchain strategy, which won't allow market-relevant private stablecoins like Facebook's Libra. And then he also tweeted this out. 25 global central banks, BIS, and officials from Europe Central Bank will meet with Facebook's Libra founders in Switzerland on September 16th to assess financial stability risks of Libra. The ECB started working on its digital currency before the launch of Libra. Okay, now this is important right here, folks. You need to listen up here. He sent this to me, Michael Bond. I hope you've got a cup of cinnamon coffee on standby and filled your bags, because even Forbes thinks we are all about to start moving. And what he's sending here is a Forbes article. Now, Forbes has just figured out what I've been talking about for over a year and a half now, Bitcoin, Ethereum, Ripple's XRP, and Litecoin could be heading into their biggest week ever. Bitcoin and major cryptocurrencies, including Ethereum, Ripple's XRP, Bitcoin Cash, and Litecoin, could be primed for their biggest ever weeks as traders and investors gear up for the launch of the US-based Bakkt Bitcoin and cryptocurrency platform. Now, the whole gist of this article is that, you know, without saying it, Wall Street's coming in, Bakkt is coming in, okay? We also, it's not just Bakkt though. Remember, this was sent out yesterday by Binance US. 4 days left. So Binance is going to launch a few days before Bakkt. Now, but what's important here is, yes, Wall Street is coming in. Now, is the second that Bakkt and Binance US come out, does that mean we're going to go up by 50%? Who knows what's going to happen? For all we know, we could at first have a leg down in the market. I don't know. But here's what I do know. This signifies Wall Street coming in. And whether it's the day of, the day before, the day after, or months down the road, or over the period of the next 5 to 10 years, what I believe is going to happen with all of this, I believe that the introduction of this new asset class across the world is going to create a cascading bull market for the next anywhere from 2 to 15 years. I mean, this is the introduction of a new asset class, for crying out loud. Gold has, what, $8 trillion in it? This is bigger than gold when you factor in digital assets and the tokenization and securitization of different assets across the world that will be involved in all of this. It's much bigger than gold. How many years will it take for 8 to, however, it could be $100 trillion that flows into digital assets overall over the course of time? How long would that take? I believe that we're looking at a 5 to 15 years, not just of a constant bull run, but of a trend upward in digital assets as the money from traditional finance flows into it. There's not a question in my mind that that's what's going to happen, that there will be an overall trend over many years that this happens. But in terms of what's going to happen this week, who knows? But there's not a doubt in my mind about what comes over in a trend over the next few years. That's what I'm excited about more than anything. Okay, Gary at Gary3638732 sent me this. Coming soon to Bittrex, Hedera hash graph. Bittrex is excited to announce that we will be listing Hedera hash graph HBAR for Bittrex US and international customers. They'll begin accepting deposits on Monday, September 16th, 2019. The thing that's telling there is that they're offering it to their US clients. To me, that's a positive sign for Hedera hash graph. And finally, Sergeant Obi-Wan, one of the official 2 Jedis of the Digital Asset Investor channel, sent us a John McAfee update. Go check it out at official McAfee. Time to talk crypto. Let me talk to you about crypto. I'm the Digital Asset Investor. I'm not an investment advisor. This is for entertainment purposes only. Please subscribe and hit the like button and tell your friends and family that John McAfee would like to talk to you about crypto. Thank you for listening.